business owner will always remember early milestones, no matter how large their company grows or how long the journey lasts. Those milestones might be measurable, the launch of a new strategy or product, or they might be less obvious, a point on the timeline when a small idea, event, or quirk of fortune led the business down an unexpected but fruitful path. Giga Data Centers has just passed a milestone that will one day be reflected on fondly by co-founders Jake Ring, Daniel Robbins, and James Longacre. A co-location startup with weighty ambitions to disrupt the market, Giga recently cut the ribbon on its first location in Mooresville, North Carolina. There was a palpable sense of occasion in June as employees, partners, and a variety of guests, more than 150 in total, gathered inside the 120,000 square foot data hall. This was a momentous day for three industry veterans, the day Ring, Robbins, and Longacre put forward their vision of a transformed future for multi-tenant co-location data centers. Hyperscale providers are already redefining data center design, but Ring, who spoke exclusively with Digital Bulletin in Mooresville, believes Giga is in place to offer the same service, but at a local level.
Our mission here at Giga has really been how to bring the hyperscale level of performance to our customers.
This is a bold undertaking for a company very much in its infancy, but Giga's value proposition is compelling. Like the established hyperscale providers, its carrier-neutral offering is based on modular technology, specifically Giga's proprietary Windchill enclosures that deliver power and scalability at low cost and maximum efficiency. That core product has been developed over many years, with the recently formed Giga incorporating the 7th generation of the technology.
The hyperscaler companies, Google and Facebook and Microsoft and others, they had the need to build their own data centers. So with their resources, they were able to determine that a modular approach was actually going to work better for them. And indeed, that's what my co-founders, James Longacre and Daniel Robbins, were doing when they were working with Microsoft. They were at Microsoft and deploying modular systems that were reducing the cost of operating a data center and speeding the time to market. So we're using those techniques that the hyperscalers have been using and basically now changing the way that we're delivering to the multi-tenant co-location market.
The combination of product and personnel is what makes Giga's 3-year target of 15 data center openings across North America seem achievable. Robbins and Longacre's history with Microsoft, they met as the computing giant began building for a cloud-dominated future, gives Giga a deep technical skill set. Ring holds valuable leadership experience from senior roles at GE and as founder of DC Blocks, a Tier 3 co-location provider in the United States. It is the Windchill modular system on which Giga is pinning its hopes for rapid growth and disruption of the sector. While the majority of providers continue to offer the raised floor design prevalent in data centers for more than 30 years, Windchill delivers the essentials of power and cooling within an innovative ground-up specification.
So the modular data center is a private suite, 10 racks, 52U high, and what's very unique about the Windchill is that every server gets the same amount of air and cooling,
says Robbins.
So in a brick and mortar data center, you have air usually coming through a floor, passing through the air. This creates hot spots. Being flexible is you can have a rack or a cabinet at 5 kW sitting next to a rack or cabinet that's 35 kW, and the same cooling effect will occur.
Windchill derives its name from that cutting-edge cooling method. Based on the process of adiabatic cooling, a technique that has been around since the days of ancient Egypt, the design includes an automated Louvre system, controlled by proprietary software run by a Siemens programmable logic controller, that manages the flow of air. Air enters a 3-stage filter before passing through a fiberglass adiabatic media, collecting heat from the servers and then exhausting that heat to outside the unit. Extra control over temperature and humidity can be applied with variable speed fans and solenoid valves, which are used to drip water onto the media, creating an additional cooling effect with the passing air. Water usage is considerably reduced when compared to traditional techniques.
The Windchill itself will operate at 80% less power than a normal brick and mortar data center.
Trust in this efficiency means Giga can guarantee a PUE or power usage effectiveness of 1.15 or lower at its locations. PUE is calculated by dividing the power entering a data center by the power consumed by the IT servers and equipment, in this instance housed in the wind chill enclosures. With 1.0 being perfect, Giga's 1.15 falls well below the industry average of between 1.7 and 2.0. This efficiency doesn't, however, come at the expense of density. Giga offers up to 50 kilowatts per rack cabinet and a flexible approach to power provision that means customers only pay for what they use. This means it can comfortably support the hyper-converged and high-performance compute workloads of those building high-density applications.
I believe it's a huge value prop,
says Longacre.
You have customers that have multiple different applications such as artificial intelligence or IoT, as well as high-performance compute, as well as virtual environments. And when you combine all those things, many companies have to break those things apart and treat each one of those racks differently. In our solution, you're able to consolidate those racks and bring them all together.
Add in the Lego-like capacity to duplicate Windchill modules to meet client demand. Ring says Giga can provide additional enclosures within 2 weeks, and it quickly becomes apparent why the company feels that it is orchestrating significant change in the co-location space. Giga's 4 strategic partners have and will continue to play a crucial role, with a group of high-profile industrial specialists backing its proposition. Lenovo's TrueScale infrastructure services help Giga deliver compute on demand to customers, while Nutanix supplies its overlay to that solution, enabling Giga's hyper-converged capability delivered as infrastructure as a service. The relationship with Siemens allows Giga to leverage a standardized design and have true automation and visibility inside its data centers. It achieves this with Decigo CC, Siemens' fully modular and scalable building automation system, and its WinPM.net complete energy information management solution. Ring praised the speed of Siemens' deployment and believes the systems will be invaluable as Giga grows.
They were able to do that quickly and comprehensively, giving us an access to all of the equipment in the facility, not only from being able to manage and operate, but also to control and modify so that we can have true automation. This is really important. And then as we're going forward, being able to have that kind of network capability so that we can see the operation of all the different data centers that we're building through one system, it allows us not only to have that ease of operation, but also that ability to leverage that control.
ABB is another key partner for Giga, supplying its TLE series of UPS products to back up Giga's power supply. It has also integrated DPA 500, its legacy UPS, in Giga's network room, where it required a smaller but scalable solution. Ring is already familiar with ABB's portfolio. He was an original sponsor for the TLE series while at GE, which saw its Industrial Solutions division acquired by ABB in 2018.
I knew what the performance of those products were going to be. The uninterruptible power supply, the TLE product that ABB sells, runs at 97% efficiency. It's one of the highest performing efficient UPSs on the market. Coupled with the LG lithium-ion batteries that we're using, it meant that we had really from a total cost of ownership, the best cost and most efficient power support system that we could get.
The high-level specification on offer from Giga has seen its Mooresville site achieve significant recognition. It is the first data center in North America to obtain OCP-ready status from the Open Compute Project. The OCP publicly shares modern data center product designs to hasten the development of hardware in line with accelerating computing demands. A community-focused project, the OCP counts the likes of Microsoft, Google, and Facebook among its members, and it lays out a number of power and efficiency requirements for data centers to receive approval. Mooresville has ticked all the boxes, as Ring expands upon.
My network guy is very involved in the OCP organization, and that provided us access to the equipment that's being used in Google, in Facebook, in Microsoft's data centers. And now we're able to use those same switches and be able to benefit from the lower cost because of the volume that is being driven through the use of those organizations. We can accommodate the Open Compute Project racks and equipment that companies are using in increasing speed. And now you can have those racks delivered and put into use and performance immediately, with the confidence of knowing that it's operating to those standards.
A historical look at Giga's Mooresville location will reveal a fascinating backstory. Situated in the country's heart of motorsports, the 21-acre facility was previously a base for Dale Earnhardt Inc., a NASCAR organisation founded by the legendary racing driver. Auto products were built and tested on site before it was sold to Ginn Racing in 2006, with the area vacated for 3 years prior to Giga moving in.
A friend of mine was helping a race team try to find a location in Mooresville because NASCAR's kind of based here in Mooresville.
Ring reveals.
And when he came across the facility, he pointed out to me that this location was something I needed to check out.
As it happened, Giga had stumbled upon the perfect spot for a data center. It is connected directly to 2 Duke Energy power generation plants next to Lake Norman, and is also supported by its own on-premise substation. Additionally, it is served by 5 major carriers whose MPLS networks are accessible from the facility. Authorities in North Carolina have worked closely with Giga and sanctioned sales and use tax exemption on purchased equipment until 2029, including on electricity, with these savings being passed on to customers. Nearby Davidson College, along with services such as the local fire and police departments, have also contributed in a concerted effort from Giga and the people of Mooresville.
For us to be able to come make a difference to Mooresville, to be able to have not only our unique technology come to Mooresville, hire in Mooresville, but this data center will put Mooresville on the map as one of the most energy efficient data centers.
Robbins adds. Giga now plans to replicate its Mooresville setup throughout North America. Its aggressive growth strategy targets Tier 2 markets where its low-cost offering will be compelling in expensive areas like Massachusetts or California. Specifically, Giga is exploring sites near major metropolitan areas in order to deliver low-latency performance close to its clients. David Shepard, recently appointed as Giga's Chief Revenue Officer, is one driver behind this expansion plan, and he believes the company is primed to scale.
The beauty of what we have is it is designed to be reproducible over and over and over again. Part of the story is obviously the fact that we're not just a one and done. We're not trying to be just a local provider. We're looking to expand very aggressively over the next 3 to 5 years. As we do that, we know having the ability to reproduce exactly what we have done here, control our costs, makes a big difference. You can't do that if you don't have a reproducible offering.
Service delivery is the outstanding priority for Giga, with Gartner estimating that between 70 and 90% of all companies are now using the cloud. Standing out in a data center market projected to experience incremental growth of $142 billion inside the next 2 years is ever more challenging. Ring truly believes that Giga's cost-efficient, customer-centric proposal will move the needle.
It's a different approach to take, but if you're a real focused service organization, your focus should be on how can I help your company, my customer, do better and improve their costs. And so we see that as a mission that is one, well, it's kind of noble because we're trying to help reduce the amount of resources that are having to be deployed. There's a lot of concern about the data center industry using so much power that it does. And a lot of that power is still not being developed in a sustainable way. So how can we help in that fashion to not only help in being more sustainable, but also in helping companies reduce the costs that they have to do, because data is the new oil, as we like to say. You know, content and data never sleeps.